If you've ever looked at your partner while you're juggling a toddler, a sink full of dishes, your inbox, your last nerve, and thought, how do you not see that I'm drowning right now? Welcome to today's episode on Perfectly Imperfect Me 365. I'm your host, Rachel, and we are diving into one of the more frustrating relationship moments when your partner just does not get how overwhelmed you are. And let me be clear, this episode is not about partner bashing. It's about what to do when the emotional, mental, and physical load feels one-sided and the other person is just vibing. Let's go. First of all, let's call it out. Moms and partners, especially male partners, but not always, live in completely different mental universes. You might be thinking 24/7 about groceries, sippy cup lid, teacher emails, scheduling doctor's appointments, prepping dinner, while wondering if you actually paid the preschool or college tuition. Meanwhile, your partner is like, babe, just tell me what you need. And you're like, I need you to need less from me. Here's the thing. This gap isn't usually about bad intentions. It's about different levels of awareness and conditioning. You've been socialized to notice everything. They may have been socialized to wait for a directive. It's not an excuse, but it is a pattern. And patterns can be interrupted. Let's talk about the mental load for a second. This is the invisible work that just keeps everything running. Anticipating needs, planning ahead, keeping track of appointments, remembering birthdays, noticing when someone's almost out of shampoo and mentally logging it. It's like being the project manager of your entire family. Without pay, no breaks, or recognition. And when your partner doesn't even realize this is happening, it's really easy to feel resentful, unseen, and like you're carrying it all alone. You're not nagging. You're trying to survive. So you want to know how to say it without losing your mind when your partner doesn't get it? First, you got to check in with yourself. And before you say a word, you need to ask, am I trying to be heard or trying to win? Am I already past my limit? Do I need a break before I even open this conversation up? You don't need to be perfectly calm, but if you're in full meltdown mode, start there. Take a few minutes, cry in the bathroom, whatever you got to do. Then we're going to go in with the honesty, not hostility. Something like this. I'm at capacity. I need help without having to ask for every single thing. This is gold. Why? Because it communicates two things. One, that you're maxed out. Two, you need initiative, not just obedience. You can also say something like, it's not that you never help. It's that I'm managing 100 tabs in my brain and it feels like you're waiting for me to delegate. I need you to pick a few tabs and just own them. You could also try something like, I'm not okay. And I'm not asking you to fix me. I just need to not be alone in this. Boom. Now we're speaking human to human. It's vulnerability and it opens up the door to connection instead of defensiveness. So here are a few things that I recommend to clients when this dynamic is happening. First thing, visual cues. Write out a weekly mental load, not to shame them, just to show them. Sometimes the problem is they just don't see it. Second thing you could try is assign full ownership, not tasks. Don't say, can you help me with bedtime tonight? Maybe say, can bedtime be your domain for the next month? That means they plan to do it. Adjust it. Own it. You're not the manager. You're not the backup. You're off the hook. You also need to let them do it their way and not be a backseat driver, if you know what I mean. The other one is you want to check in weekly like teammates. Sunday night, glass of wine, or whatever works. Just say, what's on your plate this week? Here's mine. What can we shift? It's not sexy and it's effective. And it also builds shared responsibility. Look, I know it is exhausting to even have to bring this up. You might be thinking it's not fair. You want someone to just see your struggle and step in without being told. But here's the mindset shift. You can resent them silently, or you can teach them how to show up better. It's not your job to carry the entire family and also teach your partner how to carry their share. but it is okay to advocate for yourself out loud instead of waiting to explode. You're not too much. You're just maxed out. And asking for help clearly without any guilt or apology is actually a skill. One, you're totally allowed to learn it and practice it. If you're overwhelmed, tired, and done being the default everything, you're not broken. You're burned out. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to be heard. You're absolutely allowed to say, this isn't working for me anymore. Let that be your starting point, not your breaking point. So that has been your dose of tough love and real talk for this week. If this episode helped you feel seen, send it to your partner. Not any passive aggressive shade, just a little, hey, this explained what I've been feeling better than I could. And if you want more no BS therapist truth bombs, find me on socials. And remember, this is to be used as educational purposes only and not a form of therapy. Now, go make a plan and share this with your partner. Thanks for joining Perfectly Imperfect Me 365. I'm your host, Rachel.